All right. I know that you have probably had all the conversations around goal setting, maybe read some books. Goal setting is important, and we cannot avoid talking about goal setting, working on our ability to set and achieve goals. However, we can read all the books, we can learn all the things, but there's so much about goal setting that is very simple, very much a thing that we can control and we can get better at, and we can do our own way. You guys know here at the Messy Success Podcast, we are not about society norms. We are not about staying inside the lines. We're about taking things like rules and systems and goal settings and processes and making them work for our wildly creative hearts. What's crazy is that goal settings is actually very little to do with the goal itself, and it has everything to do with who you need to become and what characteristics you need to take on to achieve or get closer to that goal. It's not just doing it and forcing myself to do it. This is where the lines get so blurred when it comes to goal setting, habit changing, and forcing. You can't be on a diet for the rest of your life if your goal is to lose weight. You can achieve goals, but you're not going to become somebody different where those goals are easy to achieve by forcing and restricting and putting yourself in a box. Even as simple as just recording these pieces of content for me was not about forcing myself to do it. I gotta do it because I said I would, and that's the goal. It has nothing to do with that. And it has everything to do with me looking in the mirror and saying, the business owner that I want to become, the business owner that I want to be for my team, that best version of myself, what would she do today? How would she react in this situation? And my answer to that, coming from that best version of myself, was she would still do it. She's just going to make it a little bit easier on herself. When I'm kind of like wishy-washy and up and down with my choices, I just say like, what would like the fittest and healthiest version of me do in this scenario? And I kind of just get really present to that feeling. I'm like, oh, she's not feeling good. She'd probably at least still take a 2-mile walk. I could do that and not feel drained. In fact, that might feel energizing. The results are going to be the same. I'm going to be achieving that goal and becoming the person who I need to become, where those goals are now easy. You can actually journal and write down, what would the version of you who's already achieved this, what characteristics would they take on, and what would they do? And how can you implement that into your daily decision making? And that, my friends, is how you achieve your goals. Our successes and our failures are the same. They're a result of how we showed up. Sometimes you can show up beautifully and still not get the result you want, but you can still access that next version of yourself. Goals are important. If we don't set the goal at all, I know some people that avoid goals like the plague. They don't want that feeling of failure. But having the goal is really important because you have to have the goal in order to stretch yourself and to identify what that version of you would do. Can't do that if the goal doesn't exist. And you guys know we have been promoting my goal setting manifestation journal planner. Call it what you will. It's an undated journal calendar. You can head over to our shop if you want to buy it directly from me, elizabethhenson.co/shop. Either way is amazing and helps my small business. But
as always, I'm Elizabeth, and thank you so much for tuning in to our YouTube channel today, where we help creative business owners embrace their messy success so that they can get the lessons they need or the results they want. I hope you'll stick around for our next video, or like or subscribe to our channel, and I will see you next time.